Wuthering Heights, Chapter 3. Summary. Zillah leads Lockwood to a bedroom, and she tells him to hide the light from his candle. She knows that Heathcliff does not want anyone in the room. Lockwood listens, and he shuts himself inside the room and inspects it. He finds a windowsill with a stack of books with names carved into it, which read Catherine Earnshaw, Catherine Heathcliff, and Catherine Linton. As he considers the names, Lockwood dozes, and his candle flame touches a nearby book. Examining the book, he finds an inscription, Catherine Earnshaw, her book. Lockwood wakes up and starts looking through Catherine's mildewed books. He finds diary entries written in the margins and on the blank pages by Catherine Earnshaw. She mentions Heathcliff, and Lockwood is intrigued. She describes her brother, Hindley, as a tyrant and writes that H and I are going to rebel. We took our initiatory step this evening. Hindley had ordered Catherine and Heathcliff to read the Bible silently, but they refused. They threw their books into the dog kennel, and Joseph, an older and ill-tempered servant, called for Hindley. Hindley threw the children into the kitchen, where Catherine picked up the book and transcribed the events. After reading another entry where Catherine describes that Hindley has banned Heathcliff from eating with them, Lockwood begins to doze again. The last text he sees, before going to bed, is 70 times 7, and the first of the 71st. A pious discourse delivered by the Reverend Jabez Branderham in the chapel of Gymmerden Suf. Lockwood has a dream that he is walking with Joseph, and Joseph is scolding him for not bringing a pilgrim's staff. Lockwood figures out that they are on their way to be publicly exposed and excommunicated. They arrive at a chapel and listen to a sermon given by Jabez Branderham in which he discussed 490 individual sins. The preacher points to Lockwood, saying, "Lo, this is human weakness, this also may be absolved. The first of the 71st is come. Brethren, execute upon him the judgment written." The congregation encircles Lockwood, and he fights with Joseph. Lockwood is the only person not equipped with a staff. Everyone starts tapping with their staves. Lockwood wakes up to find that a fir tree branch is tapping against his window. Lockwood falls back to sleep and dreams again. This time he dreams of being in an oak closet, but he can still hear the tree branch tapping on the window. He punches his hand through the glass to grab the tree branch, but an ice-cold hand grabs his wrist. A voice sobs, "Let me in, let me in." The voice says she is Catherine Linton and that she has come home from the moors. Lockwood says he will let her in if she lets go of him, but when she does release her grip, he blocks the hole in the window with the nearby books. She says she has been a waif for 20 years. The books begin to move, and Lockwood screams. Heathcliff comes into the room asking if anyone is there, and he is upset when Lockwood replies. Heathcliff says Lockwood might as well stay in the room the rest of the night, but Lockwood says he does not want to. He tells Heathcliff about his experience with Catherine's ghost. Lockwood decides to walk around until it is light enough to return home. He assures his landlord that he will not visit again. He leaves and hears Heathcliff climb into the bed begging Catherine to return. The others in the house, Hareton Earnshaw, Catherine Heathcliff, and Zillah, wake up and go about their day. Lockwood enters the main part of the house and finds Catherine Heathcliff, Heathcliff's daughter-in-law, and Heathcliff arguing. Heathcliff helps Lockwood walk back to Thrushcross Grange. The housekeeper of the Grange, Nellie Dean, rushes out to greet Lockwood. The servants at the house were worried that he had died since he had not returned the previous day. Lockwood goes in, changes his clothes, and tries to relax. Analysis. Wuthering Heights, Chapter 3, centers on the nightmares of Mr. Lockwood. Zillah creates tension and mystery by announcing that Lockwood should not be in that particular room at all. This increases Lockwood's curiosity about the things he finds in the room. He falls asleep after perusing the books, and his first nightmare is inspired by the title of the last book he sees, 70 times 7, and the first of the 71st. A pious discourse delivered by the Reverend Jabez Branderham in the chapel of Gymmerden Suf. The dream has significant allusions to Christianity and the Bible. The sermon delivered by Jabez focuses on sin and forgiveness. The sermon's topic alludes to the tumultuous relationship between Catherine and Heathcliff. They often hurt each other, but they always forgave each other. The second nightmare depicts the ghost of Catherine Linton trying to break in through the window. Lockwood admits that he had been snooping around the room, which is why the name Catherine Linton was in his mind. However, he learns details in the dream that he does not find in the room, namely that Catherine has been gone for 20 years. Heathcliff is jealous of Lockwood's dream. He deeply loves and misses Catherine, and he begs her to come to visit him.